Hello, I'm excited to be here once again. I want to ask you a question. Do you know that there are 8 billion people right now in the world? And one of those people are you. So, how many of them have you come across already? I guess a handful, right? So, when did you come to that conclusion that was difficult to find the right path? I don't know myself either. But every day we keep on waking up to a news that says that it is not easy to find yourself a spouse. And we keep believing in this news that we even give up on ourselves. So that was why I had to sit back and think through, and I say I'm going to discuss this topic: how to find yourself the right spouse. Research have it that in Nigeria we have 70% of people under 40 years still single. That's shocking news. And I think recently I got come across the that they are going to start a census that's counting of people pay state local government to know the actual number of people in Nigeria. And I had to do a little research on it, and I get to find out that allocation from the federal government to each state in the federation, first of all, is considered true population. What do I mean? I mean that the money, the amount of wealth that is accrued to your state is determined by the actual number of indigene from your state. I didn't know it myself, so don't take it as a shocking news, but this is true. So, if in your place, let's say out of the 70% that is being called, that your place is having like 20%, you know the implication of that. It means that your population is now growing. I was going to mind my business until I find this that is also affecting me for you not to find yourself a spouse and grow a family. So, what do you think about it? Are you still going with the news that every day people get divorces on the news, or how many of them have you found when you look around yourself? Because most likely times I get to see that the news out there is not really what is happening in my environment. I barely see one divorce case, I barely see two, but I know there are issues that's happening in family. Some people can handle it, some handle it, some just keep quiet and stay low. Yeah, so, where do you get your information from, and how do you play a part to the information that you get from the media every day? The low self-esteem. 3, poor looks. 4, shyness. We have low effort. We have bad experience from previous relationship. So these are possibly causes among other causes there. I get to find out. But yet, I don't think this is still going to get a solution to what we are handling right now, because the question still remains, how do you find yourself a spouse? So, what is likely the solution? I want to draw an analogy from physics. And in physics, you find out that positive attracts negative energy. And when it comes to ion, they say positive attracts positive and negative attracts negative. Biblically, you also find out that they say deep things call it onto deep things. So, by that, I would say you should be yourself, because to every man and to every woman, there'll always be somebody out there who is attracted to your real you, not the fake you. So you either be you or you be somebody else. But if you are yourself and you do the things you like doing, you speak the truth if it has to be the truth that you like speaking about. You live your right life, not the negative life I get to see people doing. And at the end of the day, they say, this is how I was created. But are you sure is that how you was created, or is it just your environment that's influencing you to be what, or to be doing what you're doing right now? So it's going to rely on the characteristic of why you should live a good life and get you attracted to somebody. I think I'll lie to myself, because found I've seen people who are good and easy to mingle. They don't have policies. They are just their self. They are well to do, but yet they're still single. So there's no right way to attracting your spouse. There's no right way. But I think one of the things that make it easy for people to live together would be to be having is to not to be judgmental. That's one. Two, it will be that you have a forgiving spirit. And three, you should have the spirit of building together. Let's do this together, not going to rip off somebody else. Because I've seen good people who still end up at the uh, who still end up broken and lonely, and they are good, but their goodness can fetch them the right spouse. So there's no solution to this. I didn't come to provide a solution. This thing is so broad. I'm sorry if you thought I was coming to give you a solution. It's so broad. But you know, in my own case, I've made this decision is that after I discovered the number of people in the world, I begin to think out of my environment. If I don't see it around myself, I go elsewhere to look for it, because you see that this case right now is important. If it's not important to you, it's very important to me, because one, it affects my society if I don't reproduce myself. Two, I don't have to go just stay in the world and live like just like that without replicating myself. Three, the Bible warns that I should not let my own generation ends with me. So you now see why it is important for us to go out and get yourself a spouse and grow another generation for the Lord. By this, I think you've grasped what I'm trying to say and you put into practice. If you have one now, be at best behavior. Forget all the frivolities, all the issues that is out there and using it against yourself. Forget about that. Let's just look forward and see how we can make ourselves better so that our environment also will enjoy our presence at all times. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.